Welcome to Relationship Matters with Dr. Ufoma Wachuku. Today we shall be taking the last part on the series we started since the beginning of the month, where we have been talking about how couples should prepare for marriage. Hey, have you watched parts 1, 2, and 3? If not, check the description of this video to get the link to those sessions. They are sessions you wouldn't want to miss. So in week 1, we talked about communication skills as a vital skill that couples should build if they must build a marriage that will last. Week 2, we talked about conflict resolution skills. In fact, it's necessary for all relationships. Brother-sister relationship at your workplace, but then we focused on marital relationship. Then last week, we took a look at one very sensitive topic when it comes to marriage, which is financial harmony. Today we shall be taking a look at building intimacy. If you must build a marriage that will last, you must be intentional about building intimacy with your partner. So sometimes when couples are preparing for marriage, they have time together, they go out on dates and all that, try to get to know each other. But by the time they get married and start facing the issues of life, the woman is committed to taking care of the home, raising children. You see a situation where they get far apart. They stay in the same house, and yet they know little about each other. Things might be happening to one of the couples, and then the other one is not involved and part of the life of that person. That is the situation that happens where at the end of the day, when the children grow up and they leave the home, you now have two strangers again, the husband and the wife, now strangers, trying to get used to each other all over again. So to avoid that gap, it is necessary for you to be intentional in building intimacy with your spouse. It is an issue that requires creation of time, because intimacy has to do with connection. If you must be intimate with somebody, then you must spend time with the person. You must connect to the person. You must be part of that person's life. So there are different types of intimacies, several types of intimacy. But for the purpose of this discussion, we are going to be looking at 3 types of intimacies that couples must pay attention to. And the first one is emotional intimacy, a situation where they can be vulnerable before each other, be able to express their fears, be able to talk about their expectations, their insecurities, the deep things about their lives, be able to open up their hearts, not just their body now. And then there is no fear of being ashamed. Where you talked about being naked and not ashamed, not physical nakedness now, but being naked in your heart and being able to express yourself, and you are not ashamed that the other person will shut you down, the other person will despise you, or the other person will neglect you or dump you simply because you were vulnerable. So that is an aspect that couples should pay attention to, that will build connection in marriage. The second type of intimacy I like to talk about is physical intimacy, which has various aspects. Of course, the Bible had already told us that married couples should not deny each other access to their bodies. So you must know that as a married person, you should let your partner have access to your body. And in fact, it will make you healthier, really. So because sometimes maybe the wife might be seeing it as if I'm doing him good. So if he does something against you, you decide not to allow him access to your body, you are also punishing yourself, because it is actually for the good of the two persons. So none of the couple should deny the other person access. But then you should also intentionally build connection, because there are also some couples who are only intimate physically when it has to do with sex. Aside that, this one goes his way, the other person goes the other way. They don't even live in the same room. So I like to encourage couples as you prepare for marriage. Make up your mind to stay together as a couple in one room. It will help you to build intimacy in several areas. It will help you to easily sort out issues when they arise. It will help you to also build physical connection because you are sharing one bed. So of course you lie on the same bed. The Bible tells us that when they lie together, two is better than one. When they lie together, they have warmth. So a situation where you are having your own room, the other person is having his a different room. This is a topic that brings about debate. But I'd like to assure you that if you do this, if you are able to stay together, you start your marriage and you're staying together in one room, it is going to help you to be more intimate. You are easily able to detect if the other person is down emotionally, is not looking happy, or is sick, or is ill. Do you understand? So there are lots of advantages we cannot exhaust in this teaching, but have it in mind that sharing a room together as a couple will help you to build intimacy. And then make out time. By the time couples get married, life issues, work and all that, they start getting apart, like I said. So you have to be intentional. You have to make out time to still continue to date each other. Consciously make out time. These days, in recent times, we have decided that on our marriage anniversaries, my husband and I will be having getaways. So we stay away from home. We go and pass the night, at least the night, in a hotel and get involved in each other's life again. And apart from that, that's once in a while also you could plan out dates. Just go out, maybe on the birthday of the wife, you take him out, the birthday of the husband, you take her out and all that. And then also spend time together at home. That's you could actually be staying together in one room and yet you are still not part of each other's life. So get involved in each other's life. At the end of the day, talk about the day, what is happening to you, what's happening at your place of work, what's up with your business, what's happening with your family. A lot of things to gist about. But the bottom line is ensure you get involved in each other person's life. Hold hands, talk about every situation to each other. And then finally, the third type of intimacy I like to talk about is spiritual intimacy. And that is why I also emphasize that it's not just enough that you are getting married to a believer. The fact that you also need to consider the belief system of that believer. So a believer, for instance, might not see anything wrong in covering your hair when you go to church, and another person might see it as an offense if you do not cover your hair. So when you are making a decision of who to get married to, then you should consider getting married to somebody whose faith and belief system aligns with yours. But basically the aspect I want us to look at is both of you finding meaning and purpose together, spiritual intimacy, finding meaning and purpose together, and ensuring that you encourage each other to grow and fulfill purpose together. So my husband is fully involved in my ministry. The other day on Friday, I was not disposed. I had an interview. He was the one that represented me at the school where I was supposed to be teaching the children. So and also that's how I'm also involved in his own ministry as a pastor. So getting involved in each other's lives and ministries will help you to build more intimacy. It is on this note we shall end this series on how couples should prepare for marriage. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you still waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification. Till our next edition, it is bye and blessed are you.